Welcome back, Traveler, to episode 2 of the Book of Chaos series. As you can see, we have the Book of Chaos, and we're going to be looking inside this today to see what the Book of Chaos is all about. So, I don't think I went too far into it in the last video, but in my exploration to the Chaos Galaxy solar system, we are going to be exploring every planet, including the outer space, the no-planet creatures. And my goal is to record all my finding in this here book. Now, on the top you can see I have tabs for every planet and also the no-planet creatures. This means that there are enough pages for me to record all my findings from all the planets. I won't be able to fit all the creatures in here, so my goal is to fill it up with what I can, and then if I feel the need, I will get a new journal and come back and find some new creatures to record. Now, this is hopefully going to be a guide for every single traveler to the Chaos Galaxy, but before we can do that, I need to finish it, and there is a lot of work ahead of us. This is a really good quality journal, and it is going to be accompanying me across the solar system and on our journey. Let's take a look inside. The first thing I did is I wrote a little introduction to the Book of Chaos. Let's see what it says. The Book of Chaos. Between these pages are some of the most formidable creatures in the galaxy. Each of them has its own threats, and most do have their own weaknesses. This is all described throughout the text, including ways to flee, how aggressive a creature is, and how intelligent they can be as well. I hope that you find this text useful on your journey through the Chaos Galaxy. So hopefully if I ever lose this book, or it is given to someone else for their journeys, that will give them a good introduction to what this is. But for the moment you've all been waiting for, let's see some more of the pages. So, for all of the tab markers, they will be placed on a page that shows the planet, and then the name of the planet. So we have Sheos here. I did a rough sketch of it from my view from outer space, and now we're going to look at some of the creatures. And here we are. So, I have already gone through and recorded about 8 different creatures since I've got here, but I'm now going to hopefully record all of the future creatures I find and how I document them. But before we do that, I want us to go through and I want to show you all the creatures I have recorded and discovered so far. First one I found is Meltalon. Most of these creatures I was able to find the names from them from a local village. I would record what I found. I would draw a picture of the creature, maybe some extra things, and then I would show the locals and they would tell me what they call them. There are a couple that the locals did not have names for, and for those I had to come up with my own name. So, let's get into it. For every single creature, we have the name on the top. We have how aggressive it is and the IQ. This is, of course, subjective to what I saw when I was out in the field. Maybe you might see a creature that looks like it behaves a little differently than what I recorded, and that's always a possibility, that they might not behave the same way that I found out. So, anyways, Meltalon I wrote 4 aggressive, aggression, and a 4 IQ, so this is definitely a big, powerful creature to come across in the wild. Let's take a look at what it says. Meltalons can be found all throughout the planet Sheos, most notably at the base of volcanoes where sulfur-filled pits are most common. It is the sulfur-filled pits that give Meltalons their shape and energy, and it is believed to be what connects Meltalons to the higher intelligence life form that is theorized to live in the crust of Sheos. These creatures are very smart, and they can hunt prey by first liquefying their bodies to stay hidden. If you find a puddle with bluish horns and claws, be aware that this is a sign that a Meltalon has liquefied in that area. If you are able to steal one of these appendages, it will run up high values at local and interplanetary markets. And that is what I figured out. It was not a fun thing to figure out for the first time. I unfortunately did pick up one of these, and almost instantly a Meltalon came up from the puddle and formed into its regular body, and I had to run out of there as fast as possible. Here's what it looks like. I do not suggest getting anywhere near these guys. The next creature I discovered on my journey is Magmal. It has a lower aggression meter. That does not mean it's not deadly, but for the most part, it should sort of mind its own business. As long as it's not provoked, you should be good. And its IQ is 3, so it's pretty smart, but not super smart. And as for its description, here is what it says. Magmals are one of the most common creatures on Sheos, as they originate from anywhere that has lava in its liquid state. Once a magmal leaves the lava pit, they live for an average of 20 years. Like Meltalons, these creatures cannot move fast, but unlike Meltalons, they can shoot lava out of their right arm. In tight situations, a canteen of water can be your best friend, and I'm sure you know why. When a magmal matures and leaves the lava pit, it then starts a journey to find its own set of armor. They are very resourceful creatures, so the armor can come from dead magmals, scrapyards, or even be swiped from local markets. You can see the one I found has some armor right near its shoulders, and that's just more of a... I don't know for sure yet, but I'm going to assume it's to help attract other magmals and to hopefully find a mate. And I drew here what it looks like when a magmal is shooting its lava. And so, yeah, just keep that in mind. If you see that, you definitely want to keep some distance between you and a magmal. Alright. Then I found a mag sprout. This was right near the lava pit that I found the magmol. The mag sprout has a 3 aggro meter and a IQ of 2. Now, if you are right next to the lava's edge, I will say the aggro meter will go up. It will definitely be closer to a 4, possibly a 5. But because these guys are not able to leave the lava pit, that is why the aggro is lower, because it's very easy to just stay away from the lava. Let's see what it says. Mag sprouts were one of the earliest creatures to make an appearance on Sheos. Therefore, they have had plenty of time to evolve to the best hunting and fighting strategies. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that these creatures are restrained to their lava pits. Like magmals, lava pits are very important for mag sprouts, but they have not arrived at the point where they can travel on solid ground in the evolutionary track. So stay clear of the lava's edge. Among the countless dangers inside lava pits, mag sprouts are one of the hardest to escape. They have sneak attack skills that allow them to go from lava to prey in less than a second. On top of that, the only way to know if a mag sprout occupies a lava pit is by looking at the splatters of cool lava on the ground surrounding the pit. This lava gets on the shore when mag sprouts attack and lose some lava. So, should be a pretty simple creature to understand. Just stay away from the lava's edge. It is possible that maybe a smaller pit doesn't have any mag sprouts occupying it, and you'll know that by looking at the edge of the lava pit, because when a mag sprout comes out to attack something, it always drops some lava, and if the lava is not in the pit, it slowly cools over time, and so it will look more darker black instead of a bright orange. The next and last creature we are going to look at today is the Ember Soul. The Ember Soul is a 1 aggro creature and 2 IQ. Let's see what it says. Ember Souls are small, unthreatening creatures that live within the complex caverns created by magma that has slowly cooled over time. These creatures have 2 limbs that are covered in eyes, which they use to sick through the holes in the caverns and spot predators. Their 6 legs allow them to climb most things, and they use the claws to hunt small critters that are found in the caverns. If you are to run into one of these guys, do not worry. They are simply curious as to who is near their cavern, but they do not like confrontation with anything bigger than them. So, they will most likely approach you, probably just with their little eye arms, but they will not attack you. As you can see here, this one is way within a cavern, and so it is sealed off from the world above it, but it can stick its little eyes out to see what is going on. And you can see the drawing of it up here. And then you can also see a size comparison down here, about the size of a larger dog. And there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed a first look at what the inside of the Book of Chaos looks like. I think this is a great idea that I am really enthusiastic about, and I am definitely wanting to continue adding into this book as I continue my exploration throughout the Chaos Galaxy. My goal is to finish Sheos, hopefully in the next month, we'll see, and then I'll be able to move on to the next planet and continue on from there. So stay tuned for future videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.